This has been a live and learn kind of week. I come in today and the chickens have somehow not only broke that bulb but pulled it down from how it hangs up here. And what really concerns me is that the glass is not on the ground here. And I have a rooster that's usually pretty active, and he's not acting very well. I don't know if he ate some of that glass or if there's something else wrong with him, but he is not doing good. Hi, Georgie Porgy. You're not feeling good, huh, buddy? So, I'm going to fix the light bulb, and I guess I need to find some that are made of plastic. I never even thought about that. I guess never had it happen before. So, oh, get out of here. You're noisy. Your days are limited anyway, mister. That's one of the roosters I hatched last year. It was supposed to be a hen, of course. But he's rough with the girls, so he's on his way out. I've got plenty of roosters. So I'm going to fix this, and then in addition, up at the baby quail room, I'm redoing the wire on one of those cages, so I'll show you what I'm doing up there. In here, I got my sign finished, so next time I go up to the highway, I will put this out. I know it's probably silly, but I'm pretty excited about it. And it is two-sided. I didn't have stencils the right size for these 1x6s, so I just had to do it myself freehand. So there's that. And then in here, I am working on a cage. Let me show you. All right, in here in the quail room, this was the first brooder cage I made after the brooder box. And I put, because I didn't know, I put the itty bitty wire on the floor. Because I figured that brand new babies are going to need small wire so their feet don't fall through. Well, I've since learned that quail grows so quickly that that's a great idea if they're going to be in that space for a week. Because by week 2, their feet are big enough that they no longer need that tiny wire. And instead, what the tiny wire does is plug up with poop very quickly. So I've got the opportunity right now to go ahead, and I pulled all the wire out of this top cage. It's that little wire. Pulled it all out, and I took my grinder here and I ground down the staples because there was absolutely no way to pull all the crown staples out. So I ground them off nice and smooth. I'm going to give this a good wash and replace the wire. And then I'm going to move all these babies over there. They probably need to go sooner than that. But this other cage needs to be cleaned. All these guys got to go outside, which means I need to process quail again. I just got done doing 24 or so. I've probably got another 50 that are ready But these will go outside. These babies will move over to that cage. And then I've got babies in the incubator that should be hatching in about a week. So what I'm going to do, even on this little parrot cage, you can see these guys were hatched on January 24th. So they're about 3 weeks old, and the poop just is horrible. And I clean it every other day, and it's just not a fun chore. So I'm learning. I'll never say I know everything about raising quail, but I am learning, and the best advice I can give you is to don't make the mistake I did and use the itty bitty wire. I think it's a 1/2 by 1/2 wire. Go ahead and use the that might even be 1/4 by 1/4, I'm not sure. Go ahead and use the regular 1/2 by 1/2 wire like what's right there, and then you'll be able to see in this cage here, they don't have that problem of their feet getting covered in poop and all that stuff. These guys are just now starting to lay. Hi babies, giving me some eggs, huh? So they surprise me every couple days, a couple eggs. They were hatched December 26th, so they're about, let's see, January, February, almost 2 months old, and they are considered adults. They are starting to lay, and some of them are already at weight, ready for processing. So anyway, those are my things I've been working on the last couple days. While I'm at it, I had to add some valves to be able to shut the water off and not totally kill the water to the rest of the birds. Ideally, I would have my aviary finished, but I don't, so I'm making do with the room I got. And I'm going to, once I get this new wire on and put the watering cups back in, I'm going to do a complete flush on these buckets, because I noticed that one of the bottom cups was plugged up yesterday, and it's just from the sludge that builds up in these. And of course the bottom one gets it worse because it all goes down with gravity. But I started treating this water, putting some bleach in it every once in a while, just a real small amount. I also put some copper fittings in there to keep it from growing mold and moss, and it's been helping. The water's been staying looking cleaner, but ever since I did that, I didn't do a flush, and now it's starting to flush on its own. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that while I'm working on this cage. And after processing, I'm gonna move all these birds out of this cage, take it outside, and give it a big old wash down. Wash down, bleach, sanitation. We need to do it more than I have time to do it, but space is limited, so catching all these birds, putting them somewhere temporarily while you clean their cage and dry their cage isn't all that easy to do, but we work with it the best we can. And now I got to get these babies off of this little wire, and I'm actually going to take the little wire out of this cage as well, put the bigger wire in it, and then my newborn hatch babies, while their feet are small, I'm just going to line the bottom of the cage with cardboard or paper or something. A lot of people use paper towels, several different things, but I've always put them directly on the wire, and then I put boards in there to let them stand on to rest their feet off the wire. And their feet getting sores on it is not the issue. The issue is having to clean the poop off this wire so much. So Trying to save myself a little bit of work and save you guys some work by learning from my mistakes, and maybe you won't have the same issues of having to redo things.